So I know every time you get on your lawnmower, you go check your oil, right? I know you do. Oof to me. That thing is full all the way up to here. It's supposed to be down there. Ooh. Got it on my nose. I think that's got some 87 octane. This is about Nikki carburetors. One of those. Yep, they're junk. But I'm going to show you why they fail, how you can fix them, and I'll show you what to do so you'll never have to work on a Nikki carburetor again. You're going to like this. Stick around. I'm not going to bore you with taking all this apart. It's real easy. I'll show you about the carburetor. 4 bolts. Cover, pop your cover off. I know this is a 13.5 horsepower. I don't care. We are talking about any Briggs and Stratton single cylinder with a Nikki carburetor. This is what we're fixing today. I'm going to show you how to do this Nikki deal. Don't miss it. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut that fuel line and we're going to put a shutoff valve on it. These I get from Rotary. It's a 5841 is the part number that I use. You can use whatever you want. And then we're going to get rid of that piece of junk that does nothing, that little white filter. And we're going to put a 10352 paper filter on there. Now somebody's going to leave in the comments, oh, you can't run that on gravity feed system. Want to bet? I'll prove you that it works. All right, little clamp here. We're going to do, I forgot my snippers. I got them. Snip, just like that. And then we're going to put us a clamp on. Yeah, you're going to need you a couple of clamps for this. That's there. This is here. Shut the fuel off, remove the clamp, put this clamp back. Simple, simple, too easy. Y'all stick around. You're going to be surprised about how easy it is to fix a Nikki once you know what goes wrong with them. I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks on this. Here we go, here we go. Done. That's going to go into trash too in a minute. Stick around. All right, let's get this carburetor off. Pull this back out of the way. Take this right here, take that off. Unplug. 7/16, 11 millimeter, either way. See all that gas just come out of there? Flooding. Boom. Boom. Drop your nuts on the floor, throw them out in the yard. You'll be all right. 8 millimeter, 5/16. Folks, I tell you, this goes quick. It's too easy. Now I'm going to show you a little trick so you don't forget how this linkage goes. Get our bolts out of the way. Take this carburetor. Watch where this goes in. This is your choke. This piece here, it just slides in that hole. And all I'm going to do is spin the carburetor, pull this out, and then I'm going to turn the carburetor a little more, angle it over, that rod comes off, and that spring comes off. That simple. Some people like to take them loose at the intake, or intake off the block. I don't. This is how I do it. You do it how you want to. I don't care. There's a couple things you're going to need to do this. We're going to take this apart. Let me show you a couple things. Sometimes these screws are really hard to get out. And you'll need maybe a flat blade screwdriver, a good heavy duty one. Sometimes you can use vice grips on the screws to break them loose. And the other thing, you can use the impact driver. Hold it up there and whack it with the hammer. You know, the one that does the thing when you do hit it with the Tanya Harding. So once you've got your screws out, you'll pull this apart. Sometimes that white piece will stay here, sometimes it doesn't. But what leaks on these, one of the things that leaks is that O-ring right there. It fits around this piece right here. Let's see if this will, yeah, it lifts right out. That's one thing that leaks. The only way you can get that O-ring, a regular O-ring will not work. You'll have to get the kit and it has the O-ring and the new gasket. Aftermarkets do not work. Ask me how I know. Right here, the part number is a 698751 from Briggs and Stratton. Now, that O-ring, when you put it on there, you'll want to put a little Vaseline on it when you slide it back together. But I'm going to show you how you'll never have to work on this carburetor. The other problem that happens, you can see that float, all this is plastic, that float right there, what happens with that float is it bottoms out. And the only way to fix this thing that I know of, you can buy a new float if you want to, but the only way to fix it is take your heat gun. I use a little pair of vice grips, or I used to, I don't fool with this anymore. And I'll do this, well, I'll clamp my vice grips right here gently, and then take Mr. Heat Gun here, and go steal your wife's hair dryer if you want to, and then you'll want to bend this way to get that float to raise up. And when you pull this off, you want to be careful about this. This is your main jet, and it goes right down in that hole. O-ring first, boop, down in there. Okay, so anyhow, that's what fails on this carburetor. Now, are you ready to see how to fix it and never work on one of these again? First, I want to show you, this is the 10352 fuel filter from Rotary, and people say it won't work with a gravity feed system. Hockey snot. I've seen it. This is a 30 micron filter. It'll keep way more trash out than the little white filter, the little red filter. Throw those stupid things in the trash. Watch here. Look there. You reckon it won't flow? Remember, if I tell you a flea can pull a plow, go get a harness and hook him up. Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's what I think of Nikki carburetors. Can y'all even hear this? You know what? You stick around. I'm going to show you how to never work on one of these ever again. You're not going to want to miss the tricks I'm going to show you. Ooh, that's getting hot. This is fun. This is how you never work on a Nikki again. I'm going to show you the tricks, and there's a couple modifications you need to do. These will work on all the single cylinders with the Nikkis. There's a couple modifications on this, and I'm going to show you the part numbers and what to do, and you can replace it with a Walbro style carburetor, and you won't have any more problems, as long as you don't let it sit up with bad gas. Come in here a little closer. Let me show you a couple things. So the first thing is going to be this little tab up off of your choke. This will hit the bottom of your breather cover on some models. So all you need to do, this little tab right up here at the top, get you some cutting pliers. That problem is solved. The next issue that we're going to have to address, and I'm going to show you the part number, just bear with me, people, bear with me. This elbow that comes off on the choke side, okay? Yeah, I know I hadn't cleaned that up yet. Some models, this will hit this butterfly right on that edge right there, will catch right there, okay? And it'll bind the choke up and make it run like dookie. And you don't want that. You want it to run nice. This one might be all right. But what you do to fix it, if it does on your machine, when you bolt this together, you do this choke. Make sure it does not stick. All you got to do to fix that issue, where this bottom lip right here, you want to file, or if you have a Dremel tool, file out this area right here. Take a rat tail file and file this down. Just get it really close to the gasket, that rubber gasket down there, file it down to the edge, and it will work. Now, hold on one more second. I know it's Briggs and Stratton. I know it's expensive. The part number is 594593. Your problems will be solved. Folks, you got to change your oil. Get that oil and gas mix out of there and drain it out. It's going to make a mess. If you haven't seen my video, dang, that was loud. This is my homemade oil extractor out of PVC pipe. It's about to get noisy. Y'all go check that video out. There's a couple of them. I had some fails in there. It's gonna get noisy. Hold on. One other thing that must be done, there goes my ratchet. Remove your spark plug, because sometimes there's a lot of gas on top of the piston and on that spark plug. Let's see how much is in this one. Maybe none. Depends on how the valves were when it was leaking. There's no telling. Oh yeah, see, look at that. Yep, see? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a new spark plug in there. This one is a RC12YC, so, and convert to NGK is a BKR4E. Dang, I made a mess. All right, just so y'all know, I'm gonna zoom in on this other camera. That camera you're looking at me on now, I'm gonna keep it running all the way through the install, all the way to startup, and I'm gonna zoom in here, and I'm gonna probably hit this thing with my leg at some point. So y'all bear with me. I'm gonna hit record on this one, and we're live on the other one. So we're gonna put this carburetor on, and something else I did have to do was I ground down, like I was telling you, with the Dremel tool. You can also use the file because of that choke plate. Now, throttle side out. What we're going to do is hook this wire in, spring, right in there. Hook this bad boy in, right in there. Now here's the spinny trick. You'll take this little guy here, and you're just going to, whoops, hold on to it now, Rayleigh. Hook that in just like that. They're going in that groove, just like that. See how that works? Looking right there. Okay, well, let's sit this right. That'll hang right there. Let me find a gasket, a couple of bolts. I'm trying to work around a camera. I'd be done by now, but that's all right. I'm just kidding. Put our gasket on. Get on there, you booger head. All right. 8mm 5/16. Here's where I'm gonna probably hit the doggone camera. See if I can do around this thing. Just like that. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and pop this bad boy on. I should have wiped this off, huh? All right. You can see I got really close to that gasket right there, but I did not damage that. You definitely don't want to damage that, then you'll be sucking dirt up in your carburetor. All right, let's flip over to 7/16 or 11mm. Upside down screw gun, engage. Don't over tighten those, folks, they'll be fine. Get our little breather hose on the back. You'll see this. I know you can't see it on the camera. Work that bad boy on there. Now let's get our hose installed. Okay. Right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off right here. Because we don't need an elbow because we already got one, right? Dang, I hadn't hit this little camera yet. Might have spoke too soon though. put that bad boy on. Dang, that's so tight. You don't even need a clamp on the darn thing. All right, then. There this goes. Let's cut some fuel on. Now, I'm going to back this camera out, and I'm going to shut this camera off. And, okay, so we're back over now. It should have had enough time to get some gas in here. I got the new spark plug in and everything, so let's see what she's going to do. Uh-oh. We got nothing, folks. What is going on? Oh, wait a minute. Yep, park brake is set. Hope y'all can see me. All right, I'm gonna back off of this in case this thing backfires. Sometimes you've got to press on this pedal just a little bit. Let's see what's gonna happen. Would you look at that? Let's give her a little choke. You know what I didn't do? I didn't hook up the fuel solenoid. You big dummy. Hold on. I told you I was going to do it live. All right, let's try it again. Now it might run. Maybe. That's what I'm talking about. There you have it, folks. I appreciate you guys watching. We got that Walbro on and running. So, hope this helps you out. Give us one of those thumbs up. Share these videos with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell and select all so you get all my new videos. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.